Jon Stewart is roasting Donald Trump over what he says was one of the U.S. president's most bizarre interviews yet. During The Daily Show, Stewart mocked Trump's repeated attempts to dodge questions about the late Senator Lindsey Graham, instead launching into familiar rants about Trump Derangement Syndrome, election fraud, and unrelated political grievances. The segment followed the death of longtime Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, who passed away on July 11th at the age of 71. Preliminary findings from the medical examiner determined that Graham died from an aortic dissection, a life-threatening tear in the body's main artery. Trump later revealed that he had spoken to Graham just hours before his death, prompting Fox and Friends co-host Lawrence Jones to ask what the senator had sounded like during that final conversation. But instead of answering the question directly, Trump quickly veered off course. According to Stewart, what followed was a textbook Trump tangent. Trump began discussing what he called Trump Derangement Syndrome, claiming political opponents suffer from the condition. As Lawrence Jones repeatedly tried to steer the conversation back to Graham, Trump continued jumping between unrelated topics. When Jones attempted to ask whether Graham seemed any different during their last phone call, Trump instead pivoted to election fraud claims. He repeated his long-debunked allegations about ballots and election integrity, refusing to address the question directly. The montage aired on The Daily Show showed the awkward exchange becoming increasingly chaotic. Again and again, Jones tried to ask the same simple question. Again and again, Trump interrupted. At one point, the U.S. president began discussing California gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton. Meanwhile, Jones kept trying to return to Lindsey Graham. Each attempt failed. After watching the increasingly absurd compilation, Jon Stewart could barely contain himself. The comedian covered his mouth while laughing as the studio audience erupted. When he finally regained his composure, Stewart delivered one of the night's biggest punchlines. Pretending to be the Fox News interviewer, Stewart joked, "Oh no, I'm sorry, Mr. President, the TV station's going through a tunnel. Boop." The joke implied the only way to end Trump's endless monologue would be if the broadcast itself suddenly lost signal. The audience burst into laughter. Earlier in the same episode, Stewart had already criticized Trump's comments following Graham's death. He noted that while Trump praised the late senator publicly, he also managed to slip in what Stewart described as several backhanded remarks, arguing that even during tributes, Trump often finds a way to redirect attention toward himself. The viral Fox interview has since sparked widespread discussion online. Many viewers pointed out that despite repeated opportunities, Trump never directly answered whether Graham appeared ill during their final conversation. Instead, the interview repeatedly drifted toward Trump's favorite political talking points. Lindsey Graham remained one of Trump's closest allies throughout much of his presidency. Following the senator's death, tributes poured in from both Republicans and Democrats, honoring his decades of public service. His sudden passing has also fueled intense political discussion in Washington over the future of his Senate seat and pending legislation he had championed. This as conspiracy theories continue to swirl around the sudden death of the Republican leader.
Conspiracy theories going along, and I don't think the FBI, I think the FBI is wasting their time if they're doing that.
The Daily Show has taken aim at U.S. President Donald Trump following the sudden death of Senator Lindsey Graham, delivering a biting joke that linked Trump's two most well-known political allies, Lindsey Graham and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The show's satirical take comes as conspiracy theories continue to swirl online, even though medical officials have already confirmed Graham's cause of death. Here's what happened. On the latest episode of The Daily Show, guest host Michael Costa opened the program by joking that Donald Trump had endured a difficult weekend. Costa quipped that Trump had lost his best friend and suggested, tongue firmly in cheek, that his other best friend was somehow responsible. Displaying side-by-side photos of Lindsey Graham and Vladimir Putin, Costa joked, "Trump might be a little down. He's had a sad weekend. His best friend was poisoned by his other best friend." Costa quickly clarified the joke before viewers could take it literally. No. Putin did not kill Lindsey Graham while he was in Ukraine. It's just a suspicious coincidence that makes a lot of sense when you think about it. The audience erupted in laughter as Costa mocked the wave of online speculation that has surrounded Graham's death. The jokes come against the backdrop of an already extraordinary story. Lindsey Graham had spent Friday in Ukraine meeting President Volodymyr Zelensky, where the longtime Republican senator discussed efforts to tighten sanctions against Russia. Graham, one of Washington's strongest supporters of Ukraine throughout the war, returned to the United States on Saturday. Later that evening, emergency services rushed to his Washington, D.C. home after reports of a cardiac emergency. Police scanner audio later revealed first responders repeatedly knocked on the door before requesting police assistance to force entry into the residence. CPR was performed, but Graham could not be saved. He was 71 years old. The Washington, D.C. medical examiner later ruled that Graham died from an aortic dissection, a serious medical emergency involving a tear in the body's main artery. Authorities found no evidence of foul play. Despite that, conspiracy theories exploded across social media. Some online users questioned whether Graham's recent trip to Ukraine had anything to do with his death, while others speculated, without evidence, that foreign actors were somehow involved.